There's a moment, perhaps you felt it too. You're standing in a room where emotions are erupting, voices raised, tempers flaring, and yet something in you stays still. Calm, awake. You're not ignoring the chaos. You're not running from it. You're simply not adding to it. This is the quiet power of holding peace when others can't. And today, we'll explore why the Buddha taught that this is not weakness, but one of the greatest strengths a human being can develop. The world storm isn't yours to carry. In the Dhammapada, the Buddha once said, "Hatred is never appeased by hatred in this world. By non-hatred alone is hatred appeased. This is a law eternal." When others are angry, anxious, or agitated, our instinct is often to match their energy, to defend ourselves, to correct them, to prove we're right. But Buddhism asks us a radical question. What if you don't? What if their storm isn't yours to enter? In Buddhist psychology, this is rooted in mindfulness, the art of witnessing thoughts, emotions, and sensations without becoming them. To hold peace is not to suppress feelings. It is to hold them gently, like clouds passing through a vast sky. You realize, just because someone else is drowning doesn't mean you need to jump into the river with them. You can extend a hand from the shore, but only if you're grounded. The strength of the unshaken mind. The Buddha often compared the peaceful mind to a mountain, immovable, unshaken by wind or rain. And that's exactly what holding peace means. In Majjhima Nikaya 140, the Buddha teaches about the person who is not agitated amid the agitated, someone who has found their refuge not in controlling the world, but in understanding it. This doesn't mean becoming passive or indifferent. It means acting from clarity rather than reaction, speaking with wisdom, not just emotion, responding from awareness instead of ego. This is power, not over others, but over oneself. And this inner power transforms not just how you experience the world, but how others experience you. The mirror effect. Your peace awakens others. Have you ever noticed how the calmest person in the room often becomes the anchor? They don't even need to speak loudly. Their presence is enough. That's because peace is contagious. Just like fear and anger can spread, so can equanimity. When you remain calm, others often begin to soften. Their breath slows. Their words become gentler. Their eyes shift from threat to curiosity. You become a mirror, reflecting not their anger, but their potential for peace. This is the Buddhist principle of compassion in action, not just feeling love for others, but being the presence that helps them remember their own goodness. What does it mean to hold peace? Let's be clear, holding peace doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means not letting your inner world be hijacked by the emotions of others. It means recognizing your triggers, but not letting them drive the car. It means creating a space inside yourself that's wide enough to hold discomfort without collapsing. Imagine this. Someone insults you. Your heart races. Your mind prepares its defense. But instead of reacting, you breathe. You observe the rising tide and choose not to ride it. You don't suppress. You don't explode. You hold. That moment, just a few seconds, transforms everything. It's not about winning. It's about freedom. How holding peace reveals who you are. In the heat of conflict, when everyone else loses control, the one who doesn't stands out. Why? Because peace, in a world of reactivity, is revolutionary. It reveals something rare, self-mastery. It shows that your inner state is no longer dictated by what others do or say. And from that place, you begin to understand who you really are, beneath the roles, the defenses, the old patterns. As the Buddha taught, we suffer not because of what others do, but because of how we cling, resist, and react. Letting go of that is liberation. The silent power of presence. There's an old Zen saying, when a mind is silent, the world surrenders. This doesn't mean the world stops being chaotic. It means your relationship to it changes. You no longer feel the need to fix everything. You stop trying to control others' emotions. You realize peace isn't something you find. It's something you become. In this presence, even suffering becomes sacred. Even conflict becomes a teacher. And you, simply by being still, become the eye of the storm. A lesson from the Buddha's life. One of the most powerful examples of holding peace comes from the Buddha himself. One day, a man came to insult him, verbally attacking him with cruelty. The Buddha listened quietly. He did not retaliate. He simply asked the man, "If someone offers you a gift, but you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man was puzzled and said, "To the one who offered it." The Buddha replied, "Then I do not accept your abuse." This was not coldness. It was clarity. The Buddha saw that anger is like a hot coal. When you hold it, you burn. So he let it go. And in doing so, he showed us a path, not of passivity, but of power rooted in wisdom. How holding peace transforms you. When you choose peace again and again, especially when it's hardest, you begin to change. Not from the outside in, but from the inside out. You grow more grounded. You listen more deeply. You respond with presence instead of panic. And slowly, a transformation occurs. You no longer need validation from chaos. You no longer fear disapproval. You realize your worth isn't based on winning arguments. Your strength isn't measured by how loud you can be. It's in how deeply you can listen, how gently you can speak, how fiercely you can love without losing yourself. This is the transformation of the heart. When the world needs peace, be it. In a world filled with conflict, comparison, and competition, peace is radical. People are starving for it, not just globally, but in their homes, their relationships, their minds. When you choose to hold peace, you become a sanctuary, not just for yourself, but for others. You become the person they turn to when the noise is too loud. You become the reason someone believes it's possible to respond with kindness instead of cruelty. This is no small thing. You are not just one person. You are the beginning of a ripple. The daily practice of peace. So how do we live this? It's not about big moments. It's about small ones. When someone cuts you off in traffic, breathe. When a family member criticizes you, listen without attacking. When fear arises, hold it without letting it drive your decisions. Peace is not a place you reach. It's a practice. Daily, hourly, sometimes breath by breath. And every time you choose it, you build the muscle of compassion, of clarity, of freedom. This is the Buddhist path, not escape from the world, but presence in it. A final reflection. If you remember nothing else, let it be this. You are allowed to be the calm in the chaos. You are allowed to protect your peace without apology. You are allowed to love others without absorbing their suffering. This is not selfish. It is sacred. As the Buddha taught, just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so the wise are not affected by praise or blame. Let that be you. Be the one who doesn't flinch when others lash out. Be the one who listens with their whole heart. Be the one who holds peace so the world can remember it's possible. The next time the world pulls you into its storm, pause. And remember, you have a choice. You can hold peace. And in doing so, you become a quiet revolution. Not through force, but through presence, through love, through the stillness that changes everything.